Hey, what's going on everyone? Evan and Tucker here from Battlehawk Armory, and today we are out at the range to talk about 380s. So 380 has gone through kind of a renaissance lately here as far as concealed carry goes, and that renaissance specifically is double stack. So the first one out of the gate really was the Ruger LCP MAX. There are two here on the table. They hold 10 or 12 rounds in standard capacity magazines. Have been a really popular pistol for a while, so popular that these two on the table are both mine. The next contender was really Smith & Wesson with the Bodyguard 2.0. Again, one more on the table, 10 and 12 round magazines. This one is also mine. And finally, the newest contender in the arena is the Sig P365. Now, they have been making a double stack 380 for quite a while, but they've just updated it here a couple weeks back at Sig Next with the introduction of the LUXE. So 12 rounds in the magazine. Comparative to everything else, this is actually an aluminum grip. It's sporting about the same length barrel, 3.1 inch barrel, so very similar to the LCP Maxes in the Bodyguard, but this actually has Sig's internal slide combustion chamber, which they've renamed as a compensator. The other big difference is it actually sports an optic cut. It's a little bit longer grip. It is a 12 round grip. But it'll be very interesting to see how these three guns compare against one another. Tucker, you have a Bodyguard as well, don't you?
I do have a Bodyguard. I like it quite a bit. Good sized pocket gun. So looking forward to shooting the 365 Lux and see how it compares.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Bodyguards, LCP Maxes largely have kind of been pocket guns. You can carry them on the waistband, whereas 365s are just a hair bigger, but with the new internal slide combustion chamber with optics cut, should be a little bit better shooting pistol for sure. But it'll be really interesting to see how all three of these double stack 380s stack up and how they can actually do for defensive shooting. So what we actually have set up today is an IDPA classifier. So we have an IDPA target downrange at 10 yards. It is a 25 round Coursifier. We will each shoot with all three pistols and kind of see how they compare, and definitely get some more rounds through the brand new P365 LUXE, which should be a lot of fun today. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get started on the IDPA classifier. It is 25 rounds. So we're going to start off with the tried and true Ruger LCP MAX. So the Coursifier will be draw and fire 5 rounds freestyle. Second string will be 5 rounds strong hand only. The third string will be 5 rounds freestyle with a mandatory reload, another 5 rounds, and then the final 5 rounds will be 4 to the chest and 1 to the head for 25 rounds total. All right, so here we have our Ruger LCP MAX targets. For the most part, I had a fair bit of zeros. It looks like I was down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points, and then I just barely made that headshot, but it did touch the line, so that would add 9 seconds to my time. Tucker, how many points did you drop? 29. So you added 29 seconds to your time with that LCP MAX. So definitely have their place, but they are very small guns. You can see you definitely had some issue with, I would call that support hand grip pressure because the pistol is so small. But again, they have their place if you need a pocket carry pistol, if you like that size. If you can shoot it, they can be pretty decent, but they definitely have their limitations. So that's a good data point. Your times were actually better than mine. I had some weird stuff with mags falling out, but what'd you think of the Ruger?
Like you said, it's not something I would want to shoot in competition. It definitely has a place in a defense market. Clearly, you can see the difference from a much more experienced shooter to more of a novice shooter. So, can it be done? Yes. Is it ideal for this? Probably not.
Yeah, definitely an interesting data point. Let's go ahead and see how we do with the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. All right, so here we are with our targets for our Bodyguard 2.0s. Definitely, I would say both of us tightened up the groupings a little bit, but that's just kind of the way things go with the LCP MAX being the first to the market. Smith & Wesson came out, generally a better product, definitely a little bit more shootable. I dropped 19 points, but again, my grouping looked a lot better. Pistol also felt a lot better. How'd you feel about the Bodyguard, Tuck?
It's about the same. Felt a little tighter, dropped 20, so a little more grip with the 12-round extended mag, a little easier for me to control the recoil on it.
And part of the way that it shoots better is it has a lower bore axis, which generally speaking is a good thing, but that actually led to some issues for you, right, Tuck?
Yeah, I got a little slide bite on that one.
Yeah,
But,
got a little bit of slide bite, so you probably thought it wasn't quite as comfortable, but I think this next one should be a lot more comfortable, so definitely getting better as the products are becoming newer and newer. All right, so you might notice that my clothes look a little bit different. The weather looks a little bit different, but we are back out at the range again because we have one more pistol that we thought we really should include in the 380 conversation, which is the Performance Center version of the Bodyguard 2.0. So it has about a half-inch longer barrel than the regular Bodyguard 2.0, and it also has a comp. So a little bit of recoil mitigation through that comp. But aside from that, the frame is the exact same. These came out very recently, so it's kind of an in-between between the P365-LUXE and the regular Bodyguard or Ruger LCP MAX. So we'll shoot the same IDPA classifier, so we have that data point captured for you as well. So here's my IDPA classifier target right here. Right off the bat, this is, as I mentioned, a brand new Bodyguard 2.0 Performance Center. It did seem like it didn't want to feed the last round out of the mag. It was kind of consistent about that. We are shooting some Sierra hollow points today, so hard to say if it's just breaking in. We'll see if Tucker has some of those same issues. Maybe it's the ammunition, but hey, it was what it was. Despite that, here's our first 25 rounds. I think I shot pretty darn well. The comp definitely helps a little bit. Realistically, I'm down 3 points, and that's about it. So pretty drama-free run. Pistol shoots pretty good. So like we kind of said in the intro for the Bodyguard 2.0, it seems like a pretty good in-between if you don't want to go quite as big as the Lux, but not quite as small, not quite as hard to shoot as the regular Bodyguard. So we'll reset the target, we'll reset our magazines, we'll have Tucker give it a run.
All right, guys, so that was my first run on the new Bodyguard Performance Center. Not quite as good as Evan, but definitely more consistent than I was last week with the regular Bodyguard. Still shooting a little to the left. Overall dropped 14, so much less felt recoil, or muzzle rise rather, I should say, on the compensated version. Liked it quite a bit.
All right, last but not least is going to be the brand new P365-LUXE. All right, so we finally switched over to the brand new P365-LUXE. These targets definitely look a lot different from what we have been shooting. I dropped a grand total of 4 points. Had the best times that I've shot so far. pistol felt fantastic. But Tucker, what'd you think?
Absolutely amazing. That was my first time shooting it, so same thing you said earlier. It felt like I was almost overdriving it, expecting more recoil impulse than was there. Extremely soft shooting. Still not quite as clean as you, dropped 15, but
still your best. And that's kind of the thing, right? So 380, again, has definitely experienced a renaissance. Obviously, you're seeing every manufacturer come out with them. But I would say so far of everything that we've shot, the 365 not only shoots the best, but is our personal favorite.
Oh yeah.
Again, to your point, it's extremely soft shooting. Now, granted, it is a little bit larger than some of the other pistols that we have out here today, but that aids in the shootability of it. Also, the fact that it's equipped with a red dot, right? It's just so much easier to aim. It's so much easier to get precise hits down range with. And the recoil impulse, to your point, Tucker, is absolutely fantastic. That internal side combustion chamber does a fantastic job. We are shooting under an awning right now because, as you can hear, it's raining pretty good. But unlike a true comp, it really wasn't like too flashy or too obnoxious, even on an overcast day under an awning like this. Again, it really checks a lot of boxes. So if it's a pistol that you think that you can get away with carrying, you're definitely going to have a lot of fun when you do actually take it out and train with it. And as you can see here, it's certainly a very capable pistol. 380 is really nothing to turn your nose up at in 2025. So we'll have a little bit more fun. We'll get out of here. We'll get back to work. But this was a great time out at the range. And again, you got to try the new 365 LUXE if you have the opportunity. They're a lot of fun. All right, so we are back inside out of the rain after playing with some 380s today. So we want to take just a minute to talk general specs about the brand new Sig P365 LUXE. So essentially what you're getting in the P365, if you're not already familiar with the platform, is a modular design. So the part that's actually the firearm is a subframe chassis that is serialized. So it can be removed and swapped out for different grip lengths. You can do caliber conversions and things like that. Speaking specifically to the LUXE, one of the new features, this is the second now P365 that's coming with an aluminum grip. So it's of their AXG series. Things I like about the AXG, first of all, it's just a little bit heavier, not crazy like steel or anything, but aids in the controllability. And it's also a little bit more controllable because they've definitely done a little bit better job of sculpting it. The undercut is definitely very well thought through, as is the back strap, and really good texture. We also have composite grip panels that are added onto it, so those can be swapped out for your preference as far as if you want different thicknesses, colors, or materials as well. So that's part of what makes the LUXE what it is. Again, this is kind of the XL footprint, so we get a 12-round flush fit magazine in here, as you saw at the range. On the top, you're going to see some more standard SIG features, but kind of backed off into this LUXE, which is 3.1-inch barrel in a 3.7-inch slide. So again, it looks exactly like an XL, but you do have the internal slide combustion chamber compensator, which made this thing shoot extremely soft. SIG X-Ray 3 night sights, SIG lock optic cut, compatible with a couple different micro optics, the Romeo X compact line or SIG lock things, RMSC, so lots of options on there. And then LUXE, it's actually this kind of metallic flake Cerakote on there. On the frame, we also do have a standard Picatinny rail for accessories on there. So Tucker, what did you think about shooting the LUXE today? I know it was kind of your first try.
Yeah, that was my first go at it, and I really enjoyed it. Again, like we talked about at the range, 380 is definitely making a comeback, and this is one of the softest shooting 380s I have ever seen. I think this would be a great option for, like we said earlier, people that are recoil sensitive or just getting into shooting. This would be a great way to start.
Really great shooting pistol. We had no issues as far as reliability goes. Again, can't say enough good things about it. It's going to be a really cool option. Again, really nice to see the smaller 380s kind of growing, adding features, optics cut, compensators, things like that, because they really can be a dream to shoot. And at the end of the day, when it comes to concealed carry, when it comes to pistols, the only thing that matters is that you know how to use the pistol, and that in the event that you need to use the pistol, whether it's for recreation or something else, you can actually place those projectiles where you want them. And with the P365 LUXE, as you can see with our targets, we were both definitely able to a much higher degree. So really cool new choice on the market right now. A lot of fun to take out and shoot. Make sure you check one out. If you have any questions about the LUXE, go ahead and leave those in the comments down below. Or if you have any suggestions for what you want to see next, you know where to hit us up at. Thanks for watching, everybody. We look forward to seeing you soon.